I was a scientific materialist when I started my career.
Most scientists think in terms of materialism. The brain creates consciousness.
Your memories are not stored in your physical body. Your memories are stored in your soul around your physical body.
Our awareness or our consciousness are solely the product of the activity of neurons in our brain. So that's where I was when I started.
And I am a very concrete thinking, pragmatic sort of a person. And again, my thought balloon was thinking, okay, I know that I have been underwater too long to still be alive. And as my body came over the front deck of the boat, I could feel my spirit peeling away from my body.
Back in 1980, we actually got a symposium into the American Medical Association conference. Cardiologist Michael Sabom was one of the speakers there, and after he gave his talk about NDEs, somebody stood up in the audience and said, "I've been a cardiologist for 30 years. I've never heard anything like this. How do you know these patients aren't just making it up?"
You are a soul. If someone dropped an atomic bomb on top of your head and there were not one cell of your physical body left, it wouldn't harm your soul a bit.
Carl Sagan said the following: "At the heart of science is an essential balance between two seemingly contradictory attitudes. An openness to new ideas, no matter how bizarre or counterintuitive they may be, and the most ruthless, skeptical scrutiny of all ideas, old and new. This is how deep truths are winnowed from deep nonsense."
You can't have a brain until you have some matter. So consciousness had to observe the particle and create the matter to create the brain. Okay? That's the only thing you can do with QED and non-locality. There can be no materialism. Okay? That's what our best science says. Now, scientists say, "I don't want to believe that." Okay, you don't want to believe that. Have you ever heard of a transistor? 1947, Shockley created the transistor. Everything you have has a transistor in it, doesn't it? If QED, quantum electrodynamics, isn't true, we can't have transistors. So let's throw out everything that's got a transistor in it because we don't believe that.
Now, many of my colleagues in academia think that what I'm doing and what you are doing is deep nonsense.
Then my spirit rose up and out of the river, and I was immediately greeted by a group of somethings. People, spirits, beings. I'm never quite sure what name to give them because those words mean different things to different people.
When I step into this memory that's about 9 years ago for her, it feels like somebody punched me.
I do have a friend who was a physicist, and he said that when he was a physicist only for the first 40 years of his life, he was basically focusing head up in terms of looking at the world and understanding it. And when he began meditating, then the heart came in, and he said he had a whole different relationship with the universe.
Pennsylvania neuroradiologist Andy Newberg did a study of neuroimaging of Carmelite nuns as they were trying to commune with the divine. And he found that when they were successful, certain parts of their brains became activated reliably. When he showed these brain scans to his fellow neuroradiologists, they said, "Aha, so that's where the part of the brain that produces the illusion of a god." He showed the same scans to the nuns, and they said, "Aha, that's the part of my brain where God talks to me."
So I rose up and out of the river, and this is an example of a time when it's so wonderful to talk to people who get it. Because the magnificence and the intensity of this joy of just having the water fall away from me and rising up was just, as you know, indescribable. I mean, it was incredible.
Love, love, love. Love is the most important thing.
I was immediately greeted by a group of people, and they were people I had known forever, and I knew that they had known me for as long as I had existed.
As long as we have an open mind and an open heart, and as long as we can learn from evidence and experience, we can grow.
And I just couldn't believe it. I was absolutely overcome with a sense of being home. I was finally home, and I was going to sleep in my own bed.